start desensitizing Piper to the plastic bag. Now I've already desensitized her to the rope, the stick, the sound of the stick, and the string, and all that before I do this, because it's a pretty scary thing. So I'm going to start the same way I did with the stick. I'm going to have the bag as far away from her as I can get, and I'm just going to move it up and down until she shows me a sign of relaxing. And again, I'm waiting for her to blink her eyes, lower her head. There she blinked her eyes, so I stop. Blink her eyes, lower her head, stand still if she's moving, or blow her nose. I'm just going to wait for her here. There she blinked her eyes, and I just slowly put the bag down. So I'm going to step back. Like, I find that if I stand up by her shoulder, she only sees the bag about to her flank. So if I take a step toward her hind quarter, she'll see the bag a little bit more, and it scares some of the horses. So there she lowered her head, so I stop, move back closer to her shoulder. So I want her to see the bag all over near her body, not just in one spot. And she doesn't seem that worried about it, which is great. So I'm just going to move from that close-up spot near her shoulder to a step closer to her hindquarters. And I really wanted to desensitize the space around her before I start desensitizing her and like touching her with the plastic bag. So I'll do the same thing on the opposite side. Stand in my safe spot here and start desensitizing her as far away as I can. And I don't want to be like shy about moving the bag around. I want to move it up and down above her head and all the way to the ground so she can get the full effect of the bag. I want it to make noise, and I want to try and scare her with it, so she gets used to things similarly, because I have had a bag fly under my horse while it's been rainy or windy sometimes. So it does happen, and then this will just help her get used to other things that crinkle. Bags, tarps, trees, anything like that. Keep her attention on me. I just go between desensitizing her closer to her hindquarters until she relaxes, and then up near her shoulder until she relaxes. And right here I just have an older stick that I just tied a plastic Walmart bag to the end of it, and I just cut the bottom of it off so that the air could move through it. Now once she's good with that, I'm going to get a little bit closer to her and just desensitize the bag up and down near her. I'm going to let her sniff it. I'm going to be careful not to get the bag in front of her, because some horses may want to strike out. And I also want to be careful not to get it over her back. She might get scared and run over top of me. So I really want to keep it not over the middle of her back when I'm first starting this. I'll let her sniff it because she seems curious about it, so I'll let her sniff it. She's not too worried. There, she seems a lot more relaxed when she actually got to touch it and sniff, so that's good. She blinks, so I take it away. I'll start again. And again, I start on her shoulders near her withers. I'll work my way up her neck, down her back, hind legs, front legs. Same kind of thing I do with all the desensitizing. It's helpful for you and for the horse if you do a routine. Probably more so for you, because then you can remember exactly how to do it. She doesn't look too worried at all. I've had some horses just freak out and lose their minds and literally be shaking because they're so scared of this. But it's such a good training tool because it is a scary thing, and they learn how to cope with it, that they improve so much afterward. So I'm not touching her with the bag yet. I'm taking it a step further than I was in the beginning, but I'm not quite ready to touch her with it. I like to break it down as much as I can so it's easy for her to understand. Move it down her leg. She's not too worried about it, so that's great. I'm going to start to touch her with it. Again, start up here on her shoulder near her withers, and she was a little flinchy, but she wasn't worried at all. And then when she blinks, I'll take it away. But here you can see she's quite relaxed. She's cocked that hind foot, and she's really not too worried about it. So I'll just rub all over her shoulder, up her neck, down her back. And if she gets worried, I'll just keep it in that same spot and keep rubbing until she relaxes. If she was going to move, I would just keep it there as best as I could and keep rubbing her until she stands still, and I'll immediately take it away. Just Rub it all over her and just watch her expression, watch her body language to see if she's getting worried at any particular spot. If she's really worried about it, I would just bring the bag back up on her shoulder where she feels comfortable and then work it around her, but she really doesn't seem that worried, so I'll just pick it up off the ground anywhere and put it on her. I've had a few horses where you pick it up in a different spot and put it on her and they would get worried. So just pay attention all the time to their body language. Look how low her head is and her neck, and she's listening, but she's not worried. See, she's blinking, she's relaxed. That is perfect. This is probably the best plastic desensitizing session that I've had for the first time with a horse, and that's great. And she is a jumpy horse. She started off being a really jumpy horse, so she's really making a lot of progress. I'm really pleased with that. I do want to get the plastic on her face a little bit. I'm not going to like cover her face with the bag, but I would like to rub it up there a little bit. And do the same thing on the other side. Again, I gotta not just touch her with it this first set because this is a whole different side of the horse. I'm going to desensitize close to her first. Again, I start on her shoulder, wait for her to relax. She's got her head up here now. She's listening with that inside ear. She blinks, I'll take it back. Put it back up. Wait till she relaxes. She's putting her head up. She's getting a little worried, so I keep it right there. Same rhythm. And she's kind of going for a fly there, but then she just kind of kept her head down, so I'll release. I don't want to reward the like quick head motions, like pulling her head down really fast, because some horses will just do that out of habit. She does that a little bit out of habit, so I really want to just reward the relaxation, not just the lowering of the head. There she's flinching on her withers there, but I think that's more of a bug thing because there are a lot of bugs out, so you just kind of got to pay attention to your horse. Her head's up a little bit, but she's blinking, so wasn't too worried about that. She's responding really well. I'm really impressed. Now I'm going to start rubbing her with it. I like to wrap it around the stick a little bit so it doesn't fly around quite as much in the beginning. Let her sniff it, touch it with her face on this side. She's really got to start over on each side. Perfect. She lowered her head. See how she lowered her head differently that time? It was more of a relaxing stretch than pushing her head down really fast to make it go away. So that's why I rewarded that one. Just gonna rub her all over. Her body language is awesome. She's nice and relaxed. Her head's nice and level, or neck's nice and level. She's blinking. She's not tense in her face. Her ears are nice and neutral. This is really perfect. That is a great place to stop. I'm gonna go up her neck a little bit. Get a little bit on her face, just a little close to her face, and perfect. Great first lesson.